What's going on, Darkwing Duck fans? Welcome to the St. Canard Files, a Darkwing Duck podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and today I'm with guest co-host who?
Stan.
Hey, what's going on, Stan? Just Stan again, huh?
Yeah, like I said, they know me by now. I think by now I'm probably, aside from obviously Mike, I'm probably the next most appeared guest on the show.
I don't know. You might be up there with Bill now. Bill's got some high numbers. Bill seems to be Mike's favorite guest co-host, man.
Yeah, but like I said, we've done a few episodes recently, and there's still a few more appearances I'm going to be putting in the next few weeks.
The next few weeks you might knock Bill out of the way. Yeah, man. But how's everything going for you, man?
Pretty good. Weather's starting to turn chilly up here, but that's Vermont in the winter for you. So I guess it's technically not winter yet.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe next week or so I'll make an announcement, let people know what I got going on with me. Stan, you're aware of it already, and so is Tiffany. Yeah. That's about it. But tonight I kind of wanted to save it for the rest of our Darkwing chat, to drop the news to them, some big changes that happened with me. So
actually, you probably could say it. I mean, this episode's not going to drop for a week after we're done talking.
That is true. Okay, so the news is basically as of last week, I was hired to be an agent, a booking agent for celebrity guests at conventions and mom and pop shop signings and comic book signings and stuff like that. So I currently have 2 clients. Started with one and got the second one yesterday. What was yesterday's date? November 12th. So we are recording this on November 13th. So at the time I've had 2 clients. One of them I booked for 3 gigs and the other one gig so far. Should I say their names or kind of leave that out?
Probably shouldn't yet, just because, protect confidentiality and,
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx it either, so.
True.
Yeah. So, okay, but that's what's going on with me. But I called you Mike. Stan, I'm used to Mike here, man. But Stan, we have some Darkwing news to talk about, but just a little bit, but it could be something big, right?
It could be, it's definitely hinting towards big things. And I want to give a shout out to Tim because he mentioned something I didn't even think of until he said it. It's like, yeah, that's a nice possibility.
What's that?
So, well, first let's announce what happened.
Okay, you go. Let you lead the way, man. Start us off.
So yesterday was Disney Plus Day, and we got a teaser for the new Rescue Rangers project they have coming out. I think it's a movie.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, it was basically they were holding like this little playing card looking thing that had the Rescue Rangers logo and date on it. But
I think it was supposed to be a script. But in Rescue Ranger size. That's what my assumption was.
That could be too. I'd have to look at the image again. I honestly wasn't paying much attention to the Rescue Ranger stuff because
there was something bigger down there.
Underneath the Rescue Rangers script, we'll call it, there was a script for Darkwing Duck.
They teased us a lot with it because all we could see was the word dark, right?
We could see Darkwing, I think.
Okay, Darkwing, but we couldn't see the word duck.
Yeah,
but it was enough.
But that wasn't the only clue in there either.
Okay, what's the other clue, Stan?
There's also a Post-it note in the corner that has Darkwing Duck written on it.
Really? I didn't see that. I'm gonna pull that up right now, man. Nah, man, I want to know this stuff, man. I want to get excited too. Let's see.
So
okay, I see the Post-it note. I can't really see it. Read it though. Oh, DWD.
Yep.
Hey, but I can't read what it says next to it after DWD.
Well, neither can I. But I can't even read what's at the bottom of the bigger script either. So
yeah, okay. See, I'm looking at the photo. It does look like a Rescue Ranger script, but it looks compressed. I think it's like a joke because they're small.
Yeah, but in terms of what Tim was saying, though, he was musing that perhaps it's an in-joke to Thaddeus Rockwell, because he had, created Darkwing in the show universe, and then they moved on to Rescue Rangers. which I like that idea. That is so meta.
Hey, I like that too.
So,
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's exciting news. It's little news, but I don't care. Even if you're a casual
it's
Darkwing
better than
fan,
nothing.
it's better than nothing. We're getting the light of day, you know.
Yep.
All right, well, Stan, man, we talked about that news. We talked about my update of what's going on in my career and life and stuff, man. But we got to review something today, man. What are we talking about today?
We are reviewing the Disney Afternoon issue 2,
Mhm.
specifically the Darkwing Duck story contained within called Sleep Duckling.
Yeah, and it has part 1 and part 2.
Yep.
Yeah, so and both of them are in the same issue, so that's a good thing.
Yep. Bridged by a tiny rescue ranger story that's actually kind of funny.
Okay. Last week on our last review, we had Anna Matronic, and
Yep.
we kind of left it open if we were going to do 2 separate reviews for her or one. We didn't review her last week, correct?
Nope,
We
we
didn't
did
give her a
not.
score, right?
Nope.
Okay, so this week you want to give her 2 separate scores, right?
Yes, because the animatronic contained within this story is far different from the animatronic in the Silly Canine Caper.
I think they're similar, but I think this one's more vicious. I think that's the word I want to look for or use. Um, but their appearance is totally different. So we
That
have
they
that.
are.
But I gave you the option, and you chose to do 2, so we will do 2. I will honor that option to you, Stan.
All right.
So let's get into it, man. Sleep ducking. Is it ducking? It looks like an
Duck.
ing.
It's duckling.
I don't see an L. Sleep ducking.
Oh, I
Okay.
guess you're right. I. Okay, that's a weird word.
Okay, well, before we get into it, I forgot to mention our writer on this episode or this issue is Brian Swinland. For those of you who don't know, he's known for writing Dry Hard, Battle of the Brain Teasers, Justice Ducks Part 1 and 2, In Like Blunt, which is where we see animatronic.
Yep.
That's just to name a few. So Brian is we're very familiar with him in the Darkwing work, and our artwork was done. I hope I don't botch this name. Andres Classic. That's the best I could pronounce that, Stan.
Yeah.
Stan didn't even want to try it. I'll give it a shot. I think it's Andre Classic or Classic because I think it's a German name. So I'm gonna go with Classic. And Andre also did what on Disney Afternoon issues. He did 1 and 2, right?
He did work on this one, obviously. I believe he did the cover for issue number 1 of Disney Afternoon. He also did a couple other stories in a couple later issues. I think one of them was Megavolt Pulls a Switch.
Okay.
Forget what the other one was.
And he also did number 8 in the Boom series, Crisis on Infinite Darkwings.
In Germany, though, not in the US.
Yeah, so he probably just did the cover then.
Most likely.
Okay. Yeah, because that cover does not look like Savani. I'm looking at it right now, the German one. Yeah, it doesn't look like Savani at all.
And for those wondering, our production and air date for this would be December 1994.
That's our production air date. You got to keep it alive, huh, Stan?
Yeah.
All right. So, Stan, let's get into this comic issue now. Right away, I noticed a huge difference. Right from the very first drawing, we see humans.
Yep, everywhere.
Everywhere. We see animatronic on the first page. She already looks different. And we see her canines. Her canines look completely different.
Yep. Now, for those of you, I should say, who are watching on YouTube, if you want to see the differences.
Yep.
One's the human. The one with the red hair and green outfit, that's the animatronic of the comic.
And then look at the canine on the Golden Book and look at the canines here. Completely different. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. And starting it off there, we're at a bank and it's being robbed by animatronic and her canines.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's robbing the bank, and she doesn't reveal right away yet what the money's for, but we will get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right away she refers to herself as Dr. Anna Matronic. But the Madam thing comes in a little later. So we do see her being referred to as Madam Anna Matronic. And then Darkwing pops up.
That he does.
During the robbery, he pops up with a little help from LP. Darkwing has a fire hose, and LP's at the fire hydrant, and he turns it on. So what's the water getting? What's the water getting turned on for?
Well, he uses it on the robo-hounds, but doesn't really do much.
Now they're waterproof this time. She was prepared.
Ever since that fish fetching function fiasco at the aquarium.
Yeah, and during the process though, while he's shooting the water at the robo-hound, the money gets hit too.
Yep, it's spread everywhere.
Yeah, and everybody's like, free money. I would be too. I wouldn't even care about getting wet.
So I have to imagine if that were to happen in real life, the bank wouldn't let you keep it.
I don't think they would, but I don't think they would be focused on you. I think they would be more focused on the bank robber.
True.
So I would stuff a few on my shirt. If they say, sir, do you have any? I'm like, yeah, I do. I would be honest, but I would try my best to not be asked and get out of there. Yeah, but what's weird though, Stan, is during that scene where you see everybody yelling free money and whoopee and hey, they're all humans still.
Yep.
It's really weird. Well, then we get a transition, and we're at the Mallard's house now.
Yep. In case anyone's wondering, in the chaos, Anna retreated.
The what?
In the chaos, Anna retreated.
Oh, okay.
For those who were wondering.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She retreated with the robo-hounds. And then we're at the Mallard's house, and Darkwing's I believe he's watching the news, correct? He's watching like a interview or something.
Yep, where the bank manager is saying that they're still peeling the money off of the ceiling.
And then we get another Mallard appearance from another Mallard. Who's this?
Gauze.
Yeah, she's trying to watch some gore and violence at a film festival, right?
Yep. The 11 o'clock movies having a senseless gore and violence film festival.
Yeah, but Drake ain't having it.
Nope.
Okay, now Stan, I thought there was a illustration error here, but you kind of corrected me on it. I think you're right on what it is. She's in all pink. She doesn't have her number 1 purple jersey on.
Right.
But it's like a pajama or something, kind of like a nightshirt. Yeah, I thought it was an error, but then when me and Stan discussed this, he corrected me on it. So we'll get to her number 1 a little later. Then we get another transition, and we see Anna Matronic.
That we do.
And what she got going on?
Well, she's got an assistant named Roy, who she is told to smash his face into a cream pie.
Yeah, and she has something on his head.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, what's this thing on his head?
It's, some sort of weird helmet looking thing. It's supposed to make him, submit to her commands, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah, it's not working at all. She can't figure out what's wrong, and she claims that's why she needed the money to fund her project.
Yep.
All right.
So she tells Roy, though, that they're going to be there all night trying to figure this out. And as the hours go on, Roy starts to nod off.
Yeah, and once he nods off, she gives him a command, and he actually does it.
Well, it wasn't really a command. It was more her musing, but he took it as a command.
Yeah.
She couldn't find something. And when she finally found it, she's like, oh, I should command him to smash that cake into my face.
And he actually did it.
Yep.
And then she figures it out. It does work.
Yep. Only when you're asleep. But I got to ask, Will, who does her dry cleaning? Because she got clean from that fast.
Yeah, really fast. I didn't even see that until you just said that. I didn't even think of it. I guess because I just read it like a comic. I don't get all hypothetical, but that's funny though that you caught that. That is really funny. So now she got a new scheme in plan that she wants to put the helmet on somebody else. And who is that somebody else?
She wants to have Darkwing commit crimes for her.
Yeah. So now she's got to figure out how to get Darkwing to fall asleep and get the helmet on his head. But boom, we get another transition, and we got Drake blowing a whistle, waking up Gosling.
Yep.
Yeah, and we still see her in that pink outfit. So Stan, you're still correct, and you're gonna stay corrected. It really was bothering me, and I don't know why I didn't put this together, but it's like her little nightgown. Drake wants her up and ready to roll, but she's tired, she's mad, she's singing la 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 to him and everything. And then LP comes in. And what does LP lets him know?
That the hamburger hippo around the corner is being robbed.
Yep. And Stan, you have an issue with this hamburger hippo, right?
It is the most unhamburger hippo looking hamburger hippo that has ever hippoed.
Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like I don't know how it's
just
weird.
a regular restaurant.
Regular store or something, like a dine-in or something, and then there's just a billboard that says hamburger hippo and it doesn't look like a hippo. Yeah, I don't know. But what's weird too is that we see more humans in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Darkwing's like even asking them where did the robber go, and they pointing him the direction, and they tell him which way where he was last spotted.
Yep, and it was he was wearing a fashionable trench coat and a keenly matching hat.
Yep. So Darkwing's on the way, but he's running. He's sprinting fast,
Oh yeah, because the person's just been spotted across town robbing a place.
Yeah, so he's sprinting all the way across town, and he's now at Art's Deli, and they're pointing him in another direction.
Yep. Yeah, another place that's across town again.
Yep. So now he's got to go to the Burrito Bell. Yep. I think that's supposed to be a ripoff Taco Bell.
Obviously.
Burrito. So what we see is kind of like we see cut scenes of like Darkwing running, zipping, or going through the crowd. Like he's just running back and forth all across the town, like running from place to place. And every scene, you see somebody pointing in a different direction.
Yep. But I have to ask you,
What's
Will.
Uh-oh. Did I miss something?
Did you notice when DW left the first scene that the person he was looking for was there in the shadow?
Yeah, it was in the alley. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. All right. So we got Darkwing running through alley. He's exhausted now.
Yeah. Because he's been doing it all day. It's literally now night.
Yeah, it's literally now night. He's kind of panting as he talks because he spots somebody.
Yep. He has found the trench coat person.
Yeah, he found it, and it's not a person though.
Nope, it's a robo-hound.
Mm-hmm. And then he gets ganged up by two robo-hounds, and then Anna Matronic shows up.
Yep.
He's too exhausted to fight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too exhausted to fight. He's been running across town all day, and she puts the helmet on his head. And when she puts the helmet on his head, she leaves. She takes off. She's laughing, and she tells him, like, once you fall, she tells him the plan.
Yeah.
She flats out tells him the plan. Once she falls asleep, he's done. She's gonna control him.
Yep.
All right. So that basically ends part one. Let me scroll over here to part two. We at part two. We're at the bridge.
That we are.
Yep. And Gosling has her #1 jersey on now. Oh man, I did not catch that, Stan. I messed that one up. All right, so we're at the bridge, and Darkwing is trying to get this helmet off. He cannot get it off. We see dynamite. We see like a little clamp thing trying to get it off. Nothing's working. Right. Nope. So
though Gauze has an idea, though Drake's not too pleased about it.
What's that?
Well, she's got her trusty sledgehammer.
Yeah.
He tells her, don't even think about it.
That was hilarious. Yeah. But then we see some puppies coming along. What's going on, Stan? You see puppies and dogs all over the place.
Yeah, because DW makes a signal blocker that will, in theory, block the signal of the helmet, but it emits a sound that attracts, it looks like all the dogs in St. Canard.
Yeah. So they get a new idea to tie Darkwing up to the bed. So even if he falls asleep, Animatronic can't control him because he can't move. He'll be tied up to the bed. So LP and Gosling, they leave Darkwing behind. LP falls asleep on the couch. Gosling is having a good time staying up late. She's
Yeah,
watching. Yeah.
since DW told her she had to go to bed, because she wasn't tired.
Mhm. But then she hears a crashing noise, and she's like, "What was that? What
That
was
would
it,
be the
Stan?"
sound of robo puppies carrying Darkwing and the bed off.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
go ahead.
for anyone wondering why the robo puppies, got Darkwing, I'm assuming the helmet had a tracker in it.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that either. Jesus, I'm screwing up today, but yeah. Okay, yeah. So then LP jumps in the rat catcher, and Gosling's riding along.
Well, not to his knowledge though, because
Yeah,
she
not of
wanted to
course not.
come. He told her to stay home, but it's her dad. She wants to make sure he's okay.
Hmm. Well, when Darkwing arrives to Anna Matronic, she has a new plan now.
Yeah, she's decided that having him commit crimes for her is more trouble than it's worth, so she just wants him to kill himself.
Yeah, so she commands him to, I believe, like jump off a ledge or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and she even like singing tunes to him, like "Rockabye Darkwing" and stuff. And
Well,
um,
that happens once he gets, once Goslin comes in, tries to wake him.
yeah, and she sends Robo to take care of well, she calls him Robo One to
Yeah.
take care of LP.
Yep.
Yeah, so the Robo comes after LP, and LP stuffs something in his mouth. I wasn't sure what it was.
I think it's something electronic that
Okay.
kind of explodes the robo.
Yeah, so then Darkwing's now at the ledge of the balcony with a pillow, and Gosling blows the whistle, and animatronic takes it from him, but Darkwing still kind of looked like he's sleeping for her, but he launches the pillow down. I did not catch that the first time when I was like, I don't get what just happened. So I had to go back. I didn't realize he dropped the pillow before he jumped off the ledge. So basically he falls off, but he kind of wakes up when he falls off.
That he does, because he hears Goslin. At first he's kind of still in slumberland, then he realizes it's like midnight. He's like, hey young lady, you're supposed to be in bed.
Yeah. So he lands on the pillow, but she doesn't realize what's going on, and Gosling's crying, saying that Darkwing's gone.
I don't think he landed on the pillow. I'm pretty
No,
sure the pillow is down at the street level. I'm guessing he probably caught himself. You know,
I don't know. They never really showed it.
they didn't show it, but I'm assuming it's just a drop underneath there.
Okay.
So I mean, what would there be for the pillow to land on for him to land on the pillow?
I don't know. I just figured because it was a comic, the pillows be considered soft enough. I don't know. Okay, but let's move past that. So she's laughing. She thinks Darkwing's done, but he actually comes back up, and he's like climbing up the balcony now,
Yep.
and he snatches the remote and he throws it down, because he, like, when you see that illustration stand where he throws the remote down to the street and destroys it, there's nothing below him.
Though that would then cause the question, well, where did the pillow go?
Yeah, and then how high did he have to climb to get back up the balcony?
Yeah, because it's pretty high up, like,
Yeah.
because you can see him up by the moon area. So I that's why I'm fairly confident that he caught himself before he was, like fully over the ledge.
Yeah. So then animatronic, she commands the robo dogs to go after Darkwing. She tells them to fetch with extreme prejudice.
Yep. Too bad for them. Darkwing pretty much falls asleep right on the spot, and they
Yeah.
launch over him out the window.
Yeah, so they're done. And then LP captures animatronic.
Yep.
And but Darkwing sleep with a thumb up his mouth or his beak.
Yep. That he is.
Yep. So that wraps up Sleep Ducking. Stan, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
There's one very big thing that kind of holds it from being, a little higher up there for me though.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into your score, man.
Well, my score is gonna have to be 2.5.
2.5.
And it's for one major flaw of this. The fact that with all the humans around, it doesn't quite feel like Darkwing Duck.
It really bothered you, huh?
Very much.
Okay, I can
You
respect
know,
that.
if it was set properly in the Darkwing universe, I
Mhm.
think it would have been a 3.5 at least.
Yeah, too bad Savani didn't have his hand on this. He would have fixed that problem.
Oh yes, yes he would. But I have to wonder though, the writer of this is someone familiar with Darkwing Duck, so I don't know how this sort of snafu happens. I
Well,
mean, the
I'm
same
sure he
same
wrote it.
thing.
He moved on, wrote other stuff because he got a lot of Disney writing experience. It shows Bonkers and other
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and I'm not knocking the guy.
Yeah.
He's a great writer. I mean, Dry Hard, the Justice Ducks, classic, episodes.
Hmm.
It just boggles my mind how far off the mark, the I mean, I know Darkwing doesn't have like a rigid continuity, but there are certain things that are usually taken as fact,
Yeah.
that being that humans aren't in the universe, that they're obviously thought of as beakless monsters when on the one time they come up, the fact that Hamburger Hippo isn't a Hamburger Hippo, the
Hmm.
fact that animatronic is just so different visual looking from her original appearances.
Hmm.
So that's why I give this a 2.5. If the story itself is amazing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with a higher score than you, Stan. I'm gonna go with a 3. I really like it. The visual don't bother me as much as you, but I 100% back up and understand your argument on that. It's a very fair argument. I guess in my head while I'm reading it, I'm just visualizing the other animatronic, the one that we saw in the episode.
Right.
I do like these robo-hounds better illustrated than the other one.
Yeah.
These
I
robo-hounds,
mean,
yeah, can't even compare them. I prefer the other animatronic look, but I like how vicious this animatronic was.
yeah.
But I overall I like the episode. I like Gosling's involved. She doesn't have a major role or anything, but she's included. LP saves the day, kind of. It's good. I like animatronic, man. She's a pretty good villain. I wish we could have got her in an episode or two.
Well, on that segue, do you want to rate the two different versions of animatronic?
All right. Okay. All right, I'll let you go first because I don't even know how I don't know how I want to go there. You're the one who wanted to rate them two differently, so go for it. You go start us off.
Okay, so the animatronic from the Silly Canine Caper, I would rate her as a 3.
Okay,
I like the look of her.
I do too. Hmm.
I I think she could have been utilized a bit better though.
Yeah,
Her and her robo-hounds, they're just a little too silly in terms of how they act.
yeah, correct.
I would rate the animatronic from Sleep Ducking as a 3.5.
What did you give the
That
Golden Book one?
3.
3. Okay, so okay,
I like the personality and the effectiveness of the Sleep Ducking version of animatronic more, but
me too.
I just hate her design. That
I
she's a
agree with you.
human.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much co-sign everything you just said. I like the look of the one on the Golden Book, but I hate her hounds. I don't like her hounds too much on the Golden Book one. Um, I think she wasn't as vicious on the Golden Book one, the Silly Canine Caper, because it was a Golden Book. It's kind of more watered
that's
down.
most likely, yeah.
Yeah, so it's more watered down. Um, I love the personality of the one on the Sleep Ducking one way better, and I love her Robo Hounds better. I'm 100% with you. I do not like her art design one bit, not even 1%. I don't like it at all. She needed to be a duck. Now, if they would have put the art design of the Silly Canine Caper with this one, I think my score would have went a little higher.
I think so too.
I really did, man. Especially with the Robo Hounds on Sleep Ducking. Also, oh man, she would have been legit, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so I'm gonna give her the same score as you. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 on the Golden Book and 3.5. Same exact score as you.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. If we could have combined them and put it as one and the same art design and everything, I would go anywhere from 3.5 to a 4.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, so the silly canine caper one, her personality gives it a drop. But yeah, I like Anna Matronic. I wish we could have had more of her. That's her last appearance, correct?
Not quite. She
Oh,
will
okay.
show up again
Okay.
eventually.
All right, so Stan, that wraps up Sleep Ducking from Disney Afternoon issue number 2.
Yep. What do we got next?
Next week I won't be here. It'll be Stan and Mike. Mike is back next week.
Yep.
Do you
Which
know
is
what
good because he'll be able to do the list.
Oh yeah. So do you know what y'all reading next week or what y'all
That I
reviewing?
do.
Okay,
We are
do
going
you
to
announce it?
be sure.
Go
We
for
will
it.
be tackling the Kitty Cat Caper, the first part of what is known as the Fluffy trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And
So
I
y'all doing
feel
a
bad
trilogy.
for Will because he's gonna miss his boy Quacker Jack.
We'll fight. All right, Stan. So the people who tuned in for the first time, where can they find us at? Good luck.
Okay. Let's see. Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, YouTube, Facebook, Stitcher, Spotify, and that's all I got, even though I'm sure there's more.
Oh, I'm sure there's more, man. That's what I said. Good luck. All right. So I got 2 shout outs. Yeah, I got 2 shout outs today, Stan. It's a little foreshadowing here. Shouting out Jenny Kwan and Olivia Hack. All right. So those are my 2 shout outs. You got any shout outs, Stan?
I'm gonna shout out my buddy Adam Martin. He's a bit of a Darkwing fan, and I don't know if he really watches these. I do try and get him to watch them though. Okay. So Adam, if you're listening, rock on.
All right, and shout out to anybody who's working on that Darkwing script you saw in the background.
Yep.
So shout out to them. Oh, and also guys, don't forget, make Darkwing comics. Use that hashtag every post, every comment. Before we said every post, let's switch that. Let's do it on every comment now. Anything social media that you see or you comment about Darkwing, make sure you put hashtag make Darkwing comics. All right, help us out, guys. Let's get that comic printed. Let's get the rights to it.
Yeah.
All right. So good night, everyone, and remember, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everyone.